All right, always good to check your microphone and XSplit is not muted before you go to the game. Hello everyone, this is Crota coming at you, giving you game number 1 in a series between Anima and Sonik. We see Anima spawning as the red human player on the top left-hand side of Nomad Isle. Meanwhile, at the southern position, we have Sonik spawning as the yellow Night Elf. Night Elf versus Human in this 1v1 matchup. Nomad Isle, one of the maps that only has 3 spawning locations, and this game taken from the later rounds of the MooCup once again. Once again, gotta thank ESL for making these replays public out there, and one day I do hope to be able to cast one of these events live, although I do have a day job, and well, that could mean a number of things, and also explain why I'm not the best caster out there, and why people who... a little bit of a mistake there by Anima, building the farm right there and then aggroing the Renegade Wizard and that Wolf. That was way out of line of sight, and that perhaps is a bit of an unlucky break. He wanted to place down a scouting farm, and instead it took a little bit of a beating for all of his efforts. We are going to be looking at an Ancient of War creeping out the mercenary camp right here. The mercenary camp does have rather high level units, and normally you wouldn't be able to tell, but the Spider Crab Behemoth is the highest level creep here. A giant sea turtle does do the majority of the damage though, so you want to take this down out relatively fast, and maybe even the sea turtle hatchlings, since they do have that normal armor. That, however, is not going to be the case for a Night Elf player who does have piercing damage and a heroic damage coming across with his Demon Hunter and those archers. I do believe it is a Demon Hunter. Let me make sure. Yes, there it is. It is going to be a Demon Hunter versus the Archmage as well. Archmage going to be coming down across, perhaps Militia clearing out this mercenary camp here. Militia doing a good job taking down those sea turtle hatchlings and that giant sea turtle. Now, all of the locations on the map have pretty much been revealed. You can see that that peasant is trying to get away. The archer is going to have a rather difficult time taking down this one peasant, and also using line of sight very, very effectively to make sure that the archer cannot spot him. And unlike normal games, line of sight actually makes a difference where you can't see around these trees, and that's actually one of the added benefits here in WarCraft 3. Archmage now going up against the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter should be coming across with a mana burn, but damage is already being dealt. Can the Archmage drop another water elemental? That is going to be the important question that needs to be answered. That Archmage wants to back off, get up to 125, and then drop another water elemental in just a moment, making sure that the Demon Hunter doesn't get another mana burn off. All right, drop the water elemental. No, he does not, and Anima a little bit late. You saw the animation for that water elemental, and it did not go down. Demon Hunter even gets the peasant that was out of position there, and Anima now a little bit further behind as another mana burn does get placed. All right, what does this mean? It means that that water elemental is not going to have nearly as long of a life to try and finish down these units. Militia, however, going to clear out this 5-4-3 creep camp, which will give that Archmage level 2, and that frost armor just resisting so much damage already. Demon Hunter could make a play back, but instead has gone back home and will be using that Ancient of War effectively to absorb a bit of damage. Spider Crab Behemoth going to be that main target right now. You can see the Demon Hunter needed to back off for just a moment. Didn't want to take too much damage, as we could see no Forest Troll Shadow Priest hired to heal up that Demon Hunter. Moonwells will be drained a little bit more as the Archmage now makes his way across the map, already back up to 157 mana, and climbing with the help of that Brilliance Aura. All right, there is that Forest Troll Shadow Priest, as I remembered, as the Forest Troll Shadow Priest will go ahead and abolish magic down that Archmage, giving level 2 to the Demon Hunter, and now Anima is once again in a bit of a spot, but he does take down that Forest Troll Shadow Priest. Demon Hunter now running back, chasing after units. Footman going after the creeps, interestingly enough, now going after the Ancient of War, as you see a Forest Troll Berserker also being added as well. Archers now trying to run away. There's that Forest Troll Berserker. Meanwhile, back across here, Archmage and the Demon Hunter, a bit of a foot race. Man on a horse, running as fast as, well, going as fast as a man, just moving by his lonesome self, as we are now looking at additional, well, units by Sonik to try and take down this expansion. The militias was called over, but we are going to have the Demon Hunter, in addition to the Forest Troll Shadow Priest and the Forest Troll Berserker, cause a bit of a problem. Archmage is down to 50 or 1 mana right now, as that Archmage is continued to be harassed. This is not looking good for that Archmage. He does not have the damage in order to fight toe-to-toe with that Demon Hunter, and he doesn't have the mana to summon that important water elemental either, as anytime that Archmage gets closer to 50 mana, it is immediately burned off, and this is one of those strange situations where the Brilliance Aura is doing more harm than good. Footman now coming across into position. No defend on those footmen, as you're going to see one footman easily getting taken out. Forest Troll Berserker trying to get away. Militia now being called over. A second footman of Anima going to get taken out as well, as Anima is just doing a horrible job trying to protect any of his base so far. Let's take a look back across here. Demon Hunter going to be going after this creep camp. And we see he is going to be picking up those all-important boots of speed, will be able to actually make up ground on that Archmage. And if he actually makes up ground, perhaps getting another mana burn is in the realm of possibility. Forest Troll Berserker gets taken down, but another, well, dead Archmage right there, down to 3 hit points. Good as dead, as you're going to see the Demon Hunter now make its way across. That Forest Troll Shadow Priest doing a great job keeping the remaining units up and alive, still has plenty of mana. You can see that there is the Huntress up in that front position, as well as the archers should really be swapping positions with those Huntresses. All right, a little bit of healing coming across once more, and Sonik is absolutely owning this portion of the game, as we do see the Archmage getting taken down. He teleported back home with no way of getting healed. A mana burn would most likely have finished it off, as we now finally see a guard tower trying to be constructed. All right, going to engage back once more. That Ring of Protection +3, giving 9 armor overall to that Demon Hunter. That is a massive amount of armor, as the Demon Hunter once more can engage against that Archmage. More damage being added again. Footmen not going after those poor units down to the south. A couple of footmen could have gotten picked off. Is it going to get picked off right there? No, that low hit point footman going to live to fight another day, as the guard tower is now up. All right, guard tower going to be that much more difficult to try and get destroyed, as the Archmage falls for the second time. Action all over the place, as the Huntresses will be forced to back off. Forest Troll Shadow Priest should be healing himself right now. That is the weak or biggest part of that puzzle. As you can see, the Forest Troll Shadow Priest will get taken down. Demon Hunter now in that front position, going after those peasants, as we are going to see the Demon Hunter now in that front position trying to take all of these units out. All right, there is a lot of footmen. The Huntresses should be able to clean up those footmen fairly easily with that glaive bounce attack, but without that Forest Troll Shadow Priest, it is going to be a little bit more difficult. Panda now joining in on Sonic's army. That is going to be key, as the archers absorbing a little bit of damage as well. Are we going to perhaps see a turnaround Breath of Fire across all of these units here, doing a little bit of damage? Come on, where's that Breath of Fire? There you go, getting a Breath of Fire, and now going after that guard tower. Meanwhile, back across here, Demon Hunter trying to slip away. Archmage sitting at pretty much no mana at this point, as the Demon Hunter is literally running circles around the human army. Now, Demon Hunter can try and engage once more. Panda has finished off the guard tower there. Demon Hunter should perhaps be getting away, as the Panda needs to get a bit more mana to really blow down the rest of the remaining units. Expansion is going to be in trouble. It looks like it will get taken down. Panda can now join in on the fight, as we see a mana burn go down on the Archmage again. Arcane Vault is healing up the remainder of those footmen. Archmage needs to get the Clarity Potion and that Scroll of Regeneration going once more, as we see the units now turn back around. All right, there's a Breath of Fire hitting across multiple units again, and there is the surround. Beautiful surround once more, but not too difficult when you have 9 units to surround a single hero. All right, going after all of these units again. Demon Hunter down to 54-7. There goes up to level 4. No easy way to deal with any of this, as we see the Demon Hunter may try and go after some more of these peasants. Militia chasing after units. Archers may get taken down. Demon Hunter still going after more and more peasants, and doing a great job, as the Huntresses going after some of these units as well. Archers now trying to pull back here. Forest Troll Berserker trying to run away from some footmen, but the footmen are actually going to have a very difficult time here in just a second, as the Demon Hunter is still at 88 hit points and slowly climbing. All right, footmen chasing after the Demon Hunter. Not a good call whatsoever. Archer does get taken down at the cost of a footman, and now the Demon Hunter is just going to run circles again. There you go. More damage coming across. Archmage still sitting at level 2. Forest Troll Berserker now trying to back off, as Sonik is getting closer and closer to level 5. Archmage is still sitting at level 2, and the economic advantage is still possible for Anima. If Anima can somehow regain control of this expansion, then the game will be closer than it appears. But right now, it doesn't look like Sonik is letting up on any of this pressure. Back home, we do see Ancients of Lore, Druid of the Claw, Dryad's not going to be added as well. By the time the Archmage summons another water elemental, the Dryads will be there to simply abolish it. Demon Hunter now needs to back off, perhaps regroup. Always very, very dangerous. You do not want to give someone who is going for the economic advantage time to really get back into the swing of things, as the Demon Hunter has been fighting on the edge of a sword throughout this battle, just trying to play an absolutely perfect game. Is the Archmage going to get stuck up? Yes, he is, as the Demon Hunter now runs away at level, with at 20 some odd hit points. All right, Dryads, Huntresses can just finish off these units. Come on, take down that Footman. It is so easy to take down. Archmage down to 17 hit points. It gets taken out again at the cost of a Forest Troll Berserker and perhaps some more units as well. However, Footman will get felled as well. I believe one more shot should do it. There it goes. It does get taken down. Demon Hunter sitting still at 4. Now getting closer and closer to level 5. Panda is in that position. Demon Hunter now needs to back off. He cannot afford to get focus fire down by this one particular guard tower. Demon Hunter down to 22 hit points, down to 24 hit points, and lives to fight another day, down to 17. Being forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal to save yourself from peasants, as Anima will finally be able to get at least a little bit of gold in peace from this expansion. Beautiful game being played by Sonik so far. Pressure is unrelenting. Moonwells were pretty much full, as no one had returned home in quite some time, as Druids of the Claw are now getting mastery training. Tech advantage belongs to Sonik. Hero advantage belongs to Sonik. Anima only with the economic advantage, but with such a high level discrepancy between the Demon Hunter and the Archmage, I do not know if recovery is possible. Abolish magic right there. Druid of the Claw now has mastery training. Gonna finish off the remainder of the units, as the Panda does get to level 3. Double guard towers, or one guard tower, one arcane tower. Demon Hunter has returned to slice another day. He comes back in. Mana burn, no, not on that Archmage. Archmage down. Well, is he going to get mana burn again? Yes, 84 mana once again removed, as the Huntresses and the remainder of the Night Elf army now showing up to the party. All right, Demon Hunter gonna get surrounded. Rejuvenation gonna come across onto that Demon Hunter very quickly, making it, pretty much fruitless to try and focus down this Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter going absolutely way too deep in this situation. Could see another mana burn there. Breath of Fire going across, as the Arcane Tower now refocusing down onto that Panda. All right, Panda wants to save 70 mana for another Breath of Fire. Level 5 now on the Demon Hunter. 150 hit point mana. Gonna be ready to go. Are we gonna see that Breath of Fire? Yes, there you have it. Beautiful damage, as the Archmage gets felled, another time. 5 hero kills for Sonik. Anima with only 1, as the final score showing an absolute train wreck of a game. Anima unable to gain any true traction. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game number 1. Please stay tuned for game number 2.